Hello everyone, this is Evelina, Feel, Grow, Live. Today I want to talk to you about goals. It's beginning of the year, there's lots of talking about this everywhere. You might be thinking about goals, you might be thinking about what goals to pursue this year, this month, this week. Maybe it's just a January. I want to invite you for a chat about goals and why they don't work and why we fail to achieve them, because we very much the same when it comes to goals. Very few people achieve their goals. So I want to talk to you about the aspect of setting up a goal that makes it more likely for you to achieve it. What I have learned in therapy and working with people is that we are meaning-making machines. If we don't have a meaning, whether we articulate it or we don't, whether we don't know why we're doing something, and whether that why, the reason behind it, is not meaningful to us, we're going to run out of motivation or beginner's luck very quickly. We're going to be feeling really deflated, besides the fact that at the beginning we felt really great, because the stages of planning things like this, the stages of setting up a goal, are first you think about a goal and they look completely different on paper than when you actually start getting on a path to achieve that goal. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about goals in a different way. I want you to think about a goal and upgrading it and shifting your perspective, and I want you to think about a goal as something that has a higher purpose in your life. So in other words, the goal, when something you want to do, let's say you want to lose some weight, which is one of the most popular goals, right? If you're just going to say, okay, I'm going to lose 10 pounds by the end of February or something like that, then that's it, you are achieving a certain number. You will be able to motivate yourself more if you add to that statement, to that commitment, a reason behind it. So to give you an example, I want to lose 10 pounds by the end of February because I want to improve the relationship with my body. So the meaning behind it, the purpose, has to have some depth, okay? Some personal meaning, and it has to be in the context of your life, of your relationship with yourself, of your relationship with others. When it comes to communication, you want to communicate better with your spouse or with your friend or with your mother, then put exactly that. You don't just say, oh, I want to reply to messages more. If you want to improve a relationship, you would work on communications. As just a simple example, right? I want to reply to messages from my mother or from my cousin or whatever, because I want our relationship to be better. I want our relationship to have more exchanges. I want our relationship to be deeper and more meaningful, because you made it meaningful. You want to make it meaningful. Therefore, I want you to think about how to make it meaningful, personal, deep, and in the context of something higher you want to achieve, something that puts you on your path. I want you to think about how would you then use it as a context, the relationship with yourself, the relationship with your inner voice, the relationship, the respect that you have for yourself, etc., etc. So I wanted to put it in a higher, broader perspective that you want to take, that you want to shift. And that leads me to another thing that is very important when you're thinking about where you're going, where you're thinking about the aim and objectives you want to achieve. Also, it's very important to think about the relationship with yourself, which is the most important relationship that you can have, that you will have in your life. And what I see in working with people is that people very often will sort of reduce thinking about their goals to very simple acts, or very simple, I'm going to be eating less of this, I'm going to be doing more of that. But when you add because and the very personal, meaningful, deep reason behind it, you will be feeling more motivated. You can always refer to that. Obviously, I encourage everyone to write it down, because once you write things down, it sort of materializes in front of your eyes on a piece of paper, and neurologically it does something. It gets wired through your body and through your hand, so you remember it more, and then you can refer to it as often as you'd like, really. If you need it every day, then there it is. You've committed to that. And I invite you, for everything you do in life, to have a meaning behind it anyway. Not only your goals, but everything you do and spend your time and energy on, to be contributing to a bigger shift in you. That's the only way you can grow. We cannot grow by only going through the motions. We cannot grow, and I'm talking about a psychological growth, emotional growth. I'm talking about time with yourself, where you asking yourself very important questions. What is the point of what I'm doing? Where am I going? Where am I and where I want to be? Without reflecting on those things, I don't think a person, a human being, can really, without consciously encouraging yourself to be having those conversations, asking yourself those questions, whether you can move along. It's just the nature of human being that you have to be growing. Otherwise, you're feeling frustrated. Otherwise, you're feeling sad. You're feeling stuck. Being stuck is the most frustrating sensations for humans. Not being able to move, whether it be emotionally, psychologically. You can say that a flow has been stopped. For us to flow, for us to grow, we have to be moving forward. We have to be aiming for something. Once you commit to something, once you say, okay, this year I'm going to work on improving my relationship with myself, or on I'm going to spend some time and energy on healing my old pain, then at least that's like a point in the future. That's like a point on you putting something on the map that your brain and that your psyche and your mind can grab onto, to give you a sense of direction. And therefore it will be easier for you to stop the opportunities when you can do those things which will contribute to that aim that you have. And again, you can use these words, you can exchange the word goal with aim, with purpose. I mean, it's fantastic when you're broadening your perspective and sort of joining them, merging them, which you help yourself even more, because a very simple goal can be great when you're 17, 25 or 24, but when you are mature enough to understand that life is really complex, and you want the depth, you want the depth in entertainment, you want the depth in a relationship, you want the depth in how you spend your time, then you will want the depth in how you spend your time with yourself. You will want the deeper perspective on your thought. I mean, the truth is, everyone is asking themselves the same question. Where am I going? What is the point of that? What is my purpose? There's a lot of talk about purpose. If you're wondering, again, sit down with a piece of paper and say, this year I want to, and whatever you put on the paper there, and try and find a meaningful, deep, personal reason behind it in order for your goal to have a purpose, a higher purpose in your life. So it contributes to something bigger than your daily life, than your daily existence. It's actually, so it contributes to a higher purpose on your path of life. So in December, you can look back and say, actually, I have achieved my goal. I am less anxious. I have more joy. I have more energy. Because one of the reasons that we are sad, frustrated, and anxious is because we don't progress and we don't grow. We get stuck. So one of the ways you can get unstuck, and you can do it yourself, you don't need anyone to do it. You can, for you don't need to go to therapy. You can really sit down with yourself and have some time in solitude and ask yourself that question. Okay, have I been growing? Have I been learning enough? Have I been changing so I can be more adaptable to my environment, to my family, to my spouse? Or if you've got healing to do, have I been healing? If you've got a lot of pain, that pain will manifest itself in your life in a lot of different ways. If you've got some wounds that you've been ignoring or denying, they're going to be keeping you stuck. So whatever that is, when it comes to the goal, make sure that the goal is contributing to a higher purpose on your path of the next 12 months. Thank you very much. Hopefully I've helped you with your goal setting, and please make sure you make it fun also. Don't make it all miserable and sad. Make it fun. Make it about having more joy, more energy, more flow, and being more alive in general. So it will feel even more motivating, and you can refer to it as often as you would like and you need to keep yourself on the right track. It's all about trying, and it's all about keeping that commitment to yourself and prioritizing yourself out of choice, not because someone tells you. Prioritizing yourself out of choice and committing to your growth. That's the most important thing. And as long as we do that, the satisfaction and fulfillment can come from that only when you realize that working on yourself and growing is the most fulfilling job and activity you can actually do. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you like my way of looking at things, and hopefully see you soon. Thank you.